So hippotherapy is we use the movement of the horse as a treatment tool, as we would in a physical therapy setting. The horse has three-dimensional movement, which is very hard to replicate that type of movement in a traditional therapy setting. It also provides a multi-sensory experience for the child that's very powerful. And another powerful thing about hippotherapy is kids are just coming out and they're just having fun riding a horse. It's very motivating for them. They don't realize how hard their bodies are working and what exactly they're working on. They're just having fun. And a lot of these kids that we see that have long-term, lifelong disabilities are in therapy settings their whole life. So this is just a fun, refreshing difference, and we can sneak in all this wonderful work that's so effective. 3 locations. This location is in White House, Ohio. We have a location in Monroe, Michigan, and we are at Sunshine Children's Home doing some hippotherapy there also.
Occupational therapy works with all kinds of disabilities, but in the pediatric realm, we focus more on their sensory processing, their fine motor skills, their self-care skills, and trying to make them as functional as we can depending on where they are in life.
We currently see about 30 kids a week, and it varies a little bit. We're busier through the summer. We cut back in the winter, so we can get up to 40 kids a week in the summer.
A lot of people have the misconception that if a horse is quiet, they could be a great therapy horse, but that's not often true, or always true, I guess I should say. They have to have really good movement. They have to have good size. The disposition has to be very appropriate. We want to try what we call to find a bomb-proof horse. There's really no such thing out there, but we want to get as close as we can to that. But actually the movement of the horse is probably the most important thing, because we're trying to get the horse's movement to translate into the child's body. If the horse is stiff or jerky, that's not going to work. So there's lots of different things that we look at for a good therapy horse, but I'd say movement is probably one of the most important things.
The horse has three-dimensional movement that replicates human gait. So when the child's on the horse, they're getting that movement and that facilitation that their bodies may not be able to do themselves, and working on the gait.
And the smell of the horse, the touch of the horse, it's just so multisensory. It just is wonderful. We get a lot of our children from the clinic. We have a pediatric therapy clinic associated with Mercy Children's Hospital, and we both work through there. So if the parents are interested, we mention hippotherapy to them and explain what the benefits would be. And I don't think I've ever had a parent say, no, I'm not going to try that. They drive great distances to see us. Many people drive over an hour to get to a hippotherapy session.
The additional costs that we have are to lease the horses, and the facility is an additional cost that we need to fundraise for. So we're very excited about Children's Miracle Network supporting us. That is going to allow us to see all the kids that we could see. We definitely had the capacity to expand the program if we had funds available.
It's not cheap to have a horse for your therapy tool. They have to be fed, they have to be vet care.
I've seen kids make remarkable progress, and progress much faster than they would sometimes in the clinic. Sometimes we'll get kids that have hit some kind of plateau for whatever reason at the clinic, and we bring them out to the barn, and I've seen a child that they were trying to get to take his first steps for 6 months, and he was on the horse, and after 3 weeks he walked across the living room.
I have parents tell me all the time that it's the hippotherapy treatment sessions that they see the most progress from their child.
It was sort of one of those divine intervention things. Tracy came here to pick up her niece one day, and she saw our horses, and she started telling us about the hippotherapy program, and one thing led to another, and we showed her the barn, and we said we'd be more than happy to provide the facility and the horses, because my daughters were off to college and they don't use the horses as much. They needed a purpose as much as we needed an activity. We're both retired, and so it was like the perfect time. It was the perfect timing, and so it just all came together and worked out to be a wonderful thing, and we get to see miracles happen every day.